This training video is the QuickBooks portion for the Vessel Service Solutions application. The QuickBooks tab of your Preferences section will be covered during your onboarding session. Once you have connected successfully to QuickBooks with VSS, you will first want to go to the Items tab. This list of items will be used in the Orders section in the description of services. All of the information in this section is pulled from QuickBooks by clicking the Pull Items from QB button. If you have hundreds of items, it could take a few minutes. With only 6 items, it only took a few seconds. If you want to add an item, you'll need to go to your QuickBooks layout and choose Products and Services under the Sales tab. We can see we have the same 6 items that are listed over here, as well as the prices. You click the New button, choose the type of item you want to add, and fill in any other information that you wish, including the price, and click Save and Close. We now have it added to this list. To get it into VSS, click the Pull Items button again, and now all 7 items are listed. To edit an item, you will need to do that in QuickBooks also by clicking the Edit button and making any changes, like perhaps putting a 1 in front of the name if you want that to show up at the top of the list. Then when we pull the items again into VSS, it will be sorted by item name and the changes reflected. Now when you go to an order, that item will show up on the list, along with the default amount. Another QuickBooks feature of the VSS system is this section here where you are able to push the information to QuickBooks. The red symbol shows that it has not been pushed yet to QuickBooks. This is the same symbol that's seen in the list view of the orders, which will either be red, yellow, which means it has been modified and needs to be pushed to QuickBooks, or green, which means it has already been to QuickBooks and has not been modified. Clicking this button gives you additional information about the QuickBooks entry. If we add an item to this order by Luke Shaw and then click the Push to QuickBooks button, we now have a date it was pushed and the icon changes to green on both screens. If we refresh our QuickBooks page, we now have the order by Luke Shaw. If we look at that invoice, it matches the information in the VSS system. If we make a change to the order, like adding an additional item, the icon turns yellow, which tells us it needs to be pushed to QuickBooks. When we click the icon and refresh the screen, and go back into the invoice, we have the additional item added. You can also push multiple orders at one time by clicking the Push to QuickBooks button on the list view. This will look for any orders that are marked as reviewed or modified and will push all of those together at once. There are 5 currently that VSS has marked as able to be pushed. If we change the status to reviewed on a few other orders and then click Push to QuickBooks, now there are 7. We will click Yes to push those orders, and the icons have changed, and when we refresh the QuickBooks side, we can see there are now more orders already in QuickBooks. You can also pull payment information and balance information either by batch or by single order. In the case of the Luke Shaw order, if we receive a payment and click Save, it's marked as paid in QuickBooks. We can click this icon next to the Paid On date. We get the confirmation as well as the date that it was paid, which will also show up on the list view. Clicking the Pull Balances button in the list view will pull all of the payments that have been made. So we'll make a few more payments here. And then when we click the Pull Balances button and sort by the paid on field. They have all been pulled at one time with one click of the button. In addition, it automatically marks the status as paid. You will learn more about this feature in your onboarding session, or you can contact us with further questions, or check out the other training videos for the Vessel Service Solutions application.